Ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm getting straight into the meat of this video, right? So, I confess, I took a trade. If you've been following the channel, I've been telling you the levels I've been looking at. Now, we did indeed hit a very nice level on the chart, and I'll get into exactly which level that was. If we go over to this, we can see exactly what I was expecting. So, the ideal setup I wanted to see was the swing of the lows, and we got exactly that. Now, the issue and the conundrum that has taken place is I took profit way too damn early. I was at work at the time. I was on my phone. It's the only tool I had. So it was hard for me to monitor everything. But I did end up taking profit and getting $500 for the day. However, if I held it, you can see where I sold. It was buy here and sell there. It was about a 1.4% move. If I held the damn dog, I would have had a 3.8% move. So I would have probably taken home around $1,600, I would say. Okay. Now, it is what it is. That's a little bit annoying, but what can you do? So, the current state of the situation is that's what's happened, and I took profit, and now obviously I have to look for the short trade. Regardless of the fact, I think everyone should be very happy with the thesis I said, as it was very, very correct. I didn't like this price action. I always said it was suspicious. I did not like the fact that we had a lot of longs entering. And guess what happened? We saw the longs end up closing with open interest decreasing right here. So 23 million, open interest decreasing, 23 million negative delta. And what that looks like was, I'm pretty sure I was talking about in the video. If you go all the way to the order flow, dude, look at that. I was drawing the lines to tell you the expectation. This is the line to drop through, and I wanted to see the order flow stab through that. So if you go to my video last week and you went go to 8 minutes 42 seconds, you'll be able to see that exact same thing take place on the order flow, which gave the immense awesome setup right here and has generated a very, very nice trade in that backdrop. So the question is now, where are we going and how are we going to get there? Blah, blah, blah. That's what everyone wants to know. So just to preface, before we get there, I want to tell you guys on how in this situation eventuated. So what I was basically looking at was the sweep of this low. Now, the original sweep was this low, which took place, which I did take a trade in, and I made a little bit. But I was looking for the undercut of that low, which is what I was talking about in the last video, okay? I believe I was very strict on saying I wanted to see one more low of the sweep, or the inverse option was the claim above and then the rejection up, which didn't take place. In fact, we then saw the rejection down into the level that I was looking at. Now, the reason that was very good is because number one, we were coming into a very nice level of support, as you can see here, which we hit. Now, upon hitting such a good level, we formed this is textbook. You basically go into a very supreme level, and then you basically get everyone entered long. I wouldn't say everyone entered long, but definitely in this portion of the chart was this section here. Everyone went long. So you can see open interest increasing, open delta increasing, and price increasing, means longs entering. Then you go sideways, build liquidity, and then you stab them out, go up, and then you resume up. Typical stuff. I've seen it happen so many times, so it doesn't really faze me. Now, what I really also liked about that was we also took out this blue line on the low side, and then the order flow was pristine. Like, you literally had $23 million close here. Like, could you have asked for any better trade than that? Honestly, you couldn't. Oh, unfortunately, I wasn't on my computer, so I wish I could have held, but I was a bit scared because I was in the middle of doing my normal work. Anyway, I'll take an extra $500 in the day. It doesn't hurt to have that. What we can do now is we can take away this weekly. So if you've been following along, we can just do that as such. We can definitely take that away. And by the way, I'm charting fresh right now. I haven't even seen these charts for a while. Well, I saw them today, but I haven't actually charted them. So we can chuck a daily there. That's a level. We've got a weekly up there. So we're trapped between two dailies, and we've got a monthly down beneath us. I'm definitely looking for lower. I think we're going to be hitting lower targets in the chart. Let's have a look at what things are looking like from a volume perspective. So if we chuck on the volume profile, we can see volume node, which we're on right now, which is also, I think we'll have a little bit of chop around here. We'll see how this rejection takes place. If we have a VWAP here, I think that's going to be a bit troubling. Yep, we do. So we are very close into this. We've also got a bit of fair value gap, you could say. I'm not going to put that on. I don't think it's very relevant here. We've also got a bit of liquidity on these highs. So if I just want to put this here for everyone to see, we've built a bit of this liquidity around these ridges here, as you can see. That's a bit of liquidity on the ridge. We can view it like something like that. So this specific point in the chart that we're at right now is the first level of resistance. Where do I say it should max out? I believe if this is the level we turn from, it should be somewhere in this box right here. Preferably anything from where we are now to up into here, which we could stab in. If we start running higher than this, I'd accept the flip and then push up into this level right here. And the reason being is because if we trigger the push up, I believe this liquidity will cause a little bit of a cascade. And as we take out these highs, we're going boom, 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 push us into here. You can view it as like when you're gambling, it's like ding, 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 ding. That's what these lows would essentially do. Like, sorry, these little ridges. So if you can, you either basically have to turn from here, or we're gonna get the ridge up, boom, 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 into this level. So what does that mean? It means number one, this is an area to look for a short in this box, and then number two is the short trade up at these highs coming into here. Do I want to see this high get taken? I do not want to see that high get taken, preferably, because it has already done a multiple sweeps of the high. So one high, two highs. The weekly was never tapped, however, so that's definitely something to look out for. This VWAP from this high ridge, it puts us in a scope of midterm ranging. So that will also tie nicely with the, does this tie? Yeah, it would. Okay, so there's really going to be three main scenarios. Let me point this out to everyone so we can see. All right. So where we are right now is level. I'm going to put that exactly there. We can take that off. 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 I'm going to explain this very simply for everyone who doesn't even know how charts work. Now, order flow, as I always say, order flow is going to be key. Now, what we do with order flow, and we can suss it out when we get there. But for now, we'll have to see how it turns out. But what do we know from what we're looking at? Actually, what I will put on is the fixed range tool. So the fixed range tool, let's chuck that on. This level right here is a technical level of resistance. We've got a VWAP from up here to down here. We've also got the fair value gap, and we've also got the volume node. Also, this one could say this is the value area low of this downtrend range. Okay, so this level is a level of resistance. Is it a strong level? Let's go and take a look at the order flow. What is it saying? Wow. So we had $2 million, $1 million of shorts, $3 million of longs open, shorts, longs close, long. I could see this definitely being a place of a midterm reversal, honestly, like very soon. In fact, I could see this turning into a swing trade. I just don't know where it's got exactly on the top. I think I would extend this this a bit higher. And excuse me, guys, I've been working all day. I'm quite tired today. But I would say in this box is my first level of resistance. My next level is going to be in here because this level is going to be into the Fibonacci zone. It's also going to come into taking out 1, 2, 3 highs, which is honestly good enough. And then if we can punch that, we're looking into this. So it's basically going to be a 1, 2, 3. That's what I'm looking at for the short trade. What I want to see ideally is I would like to see something like this play out where we see a lot of. Actually, there's order flow is dynamic. Okay, I'm very tired, guys. Order flow is very dynamic in the sense that each way you get to somewhere is going to be very different. We might get up here and see a lot of shorts enter the market, which means it's very highly likely that we're going to go and stab them out again. Or we might get here and see a lot of longs enter, and then we start to drag around, and we have a reversal down quite easy and liquidate them. So it's going to depend what the price action is doing. Right now, we're not seeing anything crazy. If I had to pick, I would, you know what? I wouldn't say anything because I don't think the favor's in our chance right here. This could be a very, very valid short. However, I'm going to wait this one out. I don't want to touch this right now. If anything, I'm going to wait for the VWAP to, have we already touched that actually? Hold on. Okay, we've already touched it. But it's just not the strongest looking price action right now. So I'm going to wait for this. Even if we do reject from here, I'm just not keen on this one. So I'm just not going to take this trade right now. I would probably take it if we come up here and we start to form a nice pattern, head and shoulders, probably take that. But I would love to see higher hit. What else do we got? again, what I say doesn't have to happen. It's just my preference of trading. It's just sort of like how the last video I was talking about seeing specific things take place, and I wanted to see them take place in my, my preferred situation. Obviously, I have a preferred situation. This means I'm biased to what I want to see because it means I have an edge. But like right now, where's my edge going to be? I don't think it's that strong here, if I'm going to be completely honest with everyone. I just don't think it is that strong where we are right now. This range is, we are out of that range locally. We've got, look, I honestly believe we might form something like this, come down, trade a sideways, and then we'll decide what to do there based on the order flow. Then I'll check whatever this is saying, and if it's telling me there's a pattern to look at. Or vice versa, we can get the rocket up into here, then I'll look for a short. Or rocket up into here, then I'll look for a short to compound a short. Yeah, if I'm not very confident in anything, I'm just not going to tell everyone. I'm not going to tell anyone. Like, what I'm not going to say. I'm not going to try and force a trade. Okay, I'm not one of these people who's going to try and make a forced trade happen. I don't care. If I don't get a trade, I'm not taking it. Like, I got the trade this morning. I took the trade and I step away. I call myself the chip master. I come in and take my chips out and I leave. And I just wait for the next the chip set to get better. And when it's not my favor, I don't give a crap. So I'm not looking at this really. Look, it's all right. It's not terrible for a resistance level, but I'm not taking it. I'm either going to look for here, or I'm going to look for the breakdown and I'll look to take a trade there. But as of right now, nah. But that doesn't mean I can't change my opinion upon the order flow shifting. For example, if we get to here and we start to see price roll over, we start to see a lot of longs enter into this top, and we start to form a very nice divergence where I think there's a lot of shorts, big money entering short trades, then I'll look to join them. But until I find that edge, I'm not looking to take a trade. Just like how I knew my edge was basically taking out these lows and waiting to take them out and have the massive candle go down and obviously take the money and make some bank, right? If you do this consistently, this adds up. And if you don't touch your investment account, you can really get rich really quickly. Not rich quick, but you can just stack and grow pretty. And then you buy Bitcoin for spot at the low, then you compound through time, and you're young and you can make a lot of money. You know, good stuff. But yeah, as I said, that's my current stance. So that's it. I'm going to keep it clear. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Now, guys, if you want to see more of these videos where I'm telling you my entire opinions laid out, the only thing I require you to do is go to this link, sign up and make an account, and deposit a few $100 onto that account. Okay, that's it. That in itself supports the channel. It helps my channel referral list go up. It also gives me more money and incentives to make better content so you guys can catch these trades with me. Now, I'm not going to sit and tell you exactly when to enter. That's not my job. I'm here to give you the levels to look at. You know, you enter at your own risk. I'm not just going to say enter a trader, guys. Now, is that something I might do in the future? Maybe I might make something that is in line with that, where I tell exactly when I'm going to enter. But I don't like the idea of being responsible for people's money. At the end of the day, I'm giving you levels. You can decide to take a trade if you want or not. So these are my levels I'm looking at. You know my stance on how I'm going to trade this. For now, I'm not doing anything. That's it. Okay? I hope that's very clear. You know what happened here. I'm just keeping it transparent, honest. I took a trade. I closed it early. I would have been up $2,000 basically if I didn't do that. Oh well, I don't care. That's how the market moves. Still make money in the day. Now, that's it. Do what I said. Join the links. Go to the account. Go to watch my videos. Get a clear understanding on every single day so you can catch up to where we are. That being said, I sort of built on the last video. That's why it's important to watch the last video, okay? Anyway, for now, I'll catch you guys later. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next update, which will probably be tomorrow, I would assume.